Hey, what's going on, man? It's round two of the NFL draft, man. Quick pop up show, man, to
Ooh.
give y'all some thoughts on tonight. We won't be doing a live during the draft tonight. Um, got plans, both of us. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna stop in right quick, give
Mm-hmm.
y'all our thoughts on who we gonna look at in the second round. We did
Mm-hmm.
a couple days ago before the draft, but now the board
Right.
has changed. Some names fell to the
Heavily.
second round, and word is out. The Falcons last night tried to trade back up into the first round. So it's
Yeah,
no
man.
surprise because there's a lot of prize picks still on the board. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but let's go back and push it back just a little bit. Right, quick recap. Falcons took Bijan Robinson at no. I'm sorry.
Woo.
See, I'm ahead of myself. Alberto, tell the people what's up.
It's
See,
all
boy,
good, man.
when I get rolling, you know
Smitty
what
about to
time
he
it
was
is.
about to roll, brother. What's going on, good people? It's your boy Berto, your host of 95 North Falcons Talk Show, kicking with my guy, superhero Smitty, man. And last night was a very eventful and a successful show. Shout out to everybody that came through and kicked it with us for almost damn near 5 hours, 4 hours and
Hey,
45 minutes,
midnight,
man. And it
clock
was
struck
it was
midnight.
dope every minute of it. Oh man, absolutely, man. And we had a blast. Shout out to Tidy and Atlanta Bird Gang. Shout out to Uncle Steve's Lounge for allowing us to be on the platform all together. And we had
No
a
doubt.
good old time. But like you were saying, Smitty, that eighth pick, Falcons could have went so many ways. There was some players there that were available. One guy, my guy, Christian Gonzalez, and Georgia's own Jalen Carter. And Falcons elected to go with your guy, Bijan Robinson at 8. How do you feel about that, man?
Hey, man, I'm loving it, man. Like I said in the video, man. Shout out to Tony Wright, man. I
Yes,
want
sir.
to just say this right quick, man. The way I came off in the video, the short that I did during the show, I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't trying to brag. It's just that once I got a vision as to what they were trying to do, then you hear rumors popping up. I
Mm-hmm.
just, started to think this could be our guy. I know
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Carter was on the board. I know Christian Gonzalez was on the board. But as I, did a little bit of reading before the show, been doing research, it just made sense in so many ways, man. And when had the last time the Atlanta Falcons had a dynamic running back that can carry a team? He's one of these guys that could carry a football team. If Desmond Ritter's
Mm-hmm.
having a day off, hey, he can come in, do his thing. Him and Tyler Algier. The name of the game is going to be control the clock, pound the football,
Right.
help your defense rest because we are old up front. And
Right.
I think it's a recipe for, great things.
Mm-hmm.
But Tony Wright, man, if I, came out that way, I apologize, bro. But I'm not the type to brag, man. That I'm just not. But Bijan Robinson, man, I think it was a great pick. As you look at it, man, I think it was as I said before, a Marshall Falk type pick. And I
Right.
remember that guy coming out of San Diego State in 1993. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, I was just that old. But yeah, man, I love the Bijan Robinson pick, man. And I understood the assignment, and I still do.
Mm-hmm.
Because explosiveness, putting points on the board, and building a decent defense. Hey, I think it's a recipe for a win.
That yeah, man. Truth be told, and I'm with you on that, Smitty. I have some reservations about the pick myself, and I won't go into it in full detail. Bijan Robinson, absolutely Falcons chose. I'm a roll with that 100%. Rise up. I'm with y'all. I'm with the team. I have concerns because the defense, like you mentioned, you pointed out just a few seconds ago, age. We have some aging defensive linemen. That sure they're gonna need rest in the fourth quarter and stuff. I'm talking Calais Campbell, Grady Jerry, who I believe just turned 30 or 31 today or
30,
yesterday,
30.
30. Yeah, and David Onyemata, he's also on the side of 30. Arthur and Terry in that presser talked about 4 to 5 year starters, impact players, and you had two guys there sitting at 8 that could have fit the bill for the defensive side. That's Christian Gonzalez at corner, and of course Jalen Carter at defensive tackle at 8. They chose Bijan Robinson. That's the way I feel. I felt like we should have went the defensive route. There's a lot of running back prospects now in day 2 and day 3 that may offer the similar skill sets that Bijan offer, but just Bijan just does it a little bit better. But damn it,
Right.
I think Tajay Spears, Zach Charbonnet, Chase Brown. There's some runners
Sean
out there.
Tucker, he's
Yeah.
another one. So
Yep,
yeah, it's still
Tank
some great.
Bigsby.
Right.
There's a lot of guys that could have came in and been that lightning to Algiers Thunder. But with that said, let's dig into some of these names that are coming up tonight, man. Falcons, like you mentioned, were heavily rumored to move up. My guess, and I'm sure you have yours too, Smitty. Brian Branch is still on the board. That's an intriguing.
Man,
That's an
that was the first
intriguing.
place I was going,
Yeah,
bro.
intriguing name that's still on the board, man. So,
Yeah.
and that's due to. So I'm gonna call them reaches, and the first one that I'll highlight is Gibbs going at number. What did he go? Number 10? Oh no, I'm sorry.
Number 12.
12 to the Lions. That's sort of a reach. Darnell Wright at 10 to the Bears. That was presumed. In my opinion,
I'm going to disagree with Jamil Gibbs because as we talked during the process, you talk about Bijan and Jamar, they're 1 and 2. The only difference is I think Bijan is more of a power runner and he can, punish people. But Jamar Gibbs, he's an Alvin Kamara type. Some of the Saints got in the 3rd round and he turned into an all-pro, Pro Bowl type player. So when I look at it, I don't think I just don't think it was a reach. Now, one reach that I do agree with was Darnell Wright. I had him probably at the bottom of the first.
Early second.
Will McDonough. From the New York Jets. I think that was kind of a reach because I had him mid to late second. But I guess I guess it's like we talking about now. I guess it fits what they're trying to do. I guess it fits the scheme they're trying to run. So I get it. So no, we're not adding people today, man. We just giving our quick thoughts.
That's all, man.
We're gonna be on probably about 20 more minutes and we're gonna roll. But Brian Branch, man, I agree. And then he was at the top of my list. And I know people gonna say we don't need a safety, but he's just not a safety.
No,
he's one of those Tyrann Mathieu type talents.
Yeah.
You can move him all over the field. You can use him as a blitzer. You can use him as a box safety. You can use him as a slot corner. He's just one of those ultimate weapons that can be all over the field at the same time. And when you look at that kind of talent, man, that can possibly force turnovers, I'm for it, man. And that's one of the guys that I'm looking at if they trade up. And I'm looking for playmakers. And
he's definitely one of them. And round 2 is a couple hours away. Falcon could very well trade into that 32 spot. Who has the first pick? The Steelers. The Steelers have it. Falcons can go up and trade with the Steelers if they really want a guy. And if Brian Branch is the guy, there's another guy also, Keon White, Georgia Tech native. You know what I mean? 6'5" edge rusher. Continue adding to that defense. That also makes sense. I don't think he'll last to 44 with the Falcons sitting at tonight. So if the Falcons wanted to go that route, definitely, the defense needs some attention still. So Keon White is the name to look out for. You got anybody else?
I'm going to go 2 people.
Okay.
And I talked about it before, and Tony Wright, he beat me to the punch like always. Linebacker is another spot I'm looking at. I would have loved Jack Campbell, but he went into Detroit, and I think they got a steal at that pick. He's probably one of the more underrated players in this draft. You're talking about Booker's Award winner at Iowa. But Drew Sanders and Trenton Simpson of Clemson are 2 linebacker prospects. If the Falcons stay put at 44, I can see them taking because I think Drew Sanders possibly could fall to the 3rd round because of his size. He is 6'5", but he's only about 235. So he need to add a little weight. But linebacker is definitely a position I would look at as well. Like I said, I love Jack Campbell, which we could have got him, but I don't think that's going to work. But defensive line, you talked about Keon White. Your boy from Northwestern. He's another one.
Double A.
He's 6'2", 280, runs a 4.49. Strong hands, great pad level, and I think he would come in right away and be a versatile defensive lineman. And what I do like with the Falcons already, that we're talking now that we're talking about this, I'm gonna hold a reservation because I'm gonna be real with y'all. I like the way Timmy Horn played last year.
Yeah, came on strong at the end.
I like the way Jalen Dalton came on at the end of the year. after
Yep.
battling through an injury. So I mean, the defensive line, man, they have
Mm-hmm.
something they haven't had on the defensive line in a very
Yep.
long time, and that's depth. When you can
Yeah.
find depth and guys that have great chemistry, you got to keep it together, man. So that's why I feel like pass rush wasn't that important in the
Mm-hmm.
first round. Is it not important in the draft? I would say, man, no. You got to still have to find younger players for the Calais Campbell, Grady Jarrett, and guys like that. So, yeah, defensive line is definitely something they have to look at in the second round.
Definitely, and there's a couple names out there. Keanu Benton, Wisconsin, defensive tackle or nose tackle.
Correct.
Zach Pickens out of South Carolina. Baylor's Dancing Bear, Aika. So he's another guy. If Nielsen really wants that true nose tackle, there's no better guy out there right now than Aika. He could do it all. He could pass rush as a nose tackle. So continuing on with the theme, I think, defensive tackle or defensive line in whole should still be the focus of the Falcons. Then, we could circle back into the third round, and there's prospects still. Offensive line comes into mind. Who will be available at that time is yet to be determined, of course. With the reaches and so many teams getting their plays that they want at their position, there's no telling. So for me, Andrew Voorhees is a guy still. I mean, we all know he got injured, but if we can stash him, like we've talked about so many times, he can play major dividends when he's back and ready to roll for this offensive line. I know Alabama has another one, Emil Ioka. He's another plug and play type guy. Yeah, so I mean, the possibilities are really endless right now, man. There's still a lot of great talent left on this board, and there's no telling which route the Falcons can go. I'm gonna bring up this one right quick. Let's get a GA. What's going on, bro?
My dude.
Yes, sir. My brothers, how do you feel about Keely Ringo? Man, another Georgia kid, man, falling through the cracks. Once projected to go in the first round, man. Now we're sitting here at the start of the second round. What do you think? Does he go early? Could this be his calling right here for the Steelers at 32? I mean,
Eagles.
Make it plain and simple, right? Going to the Eagles.
But
man,
on a serious note, this is one of those players, man. I think he's going to get a position change.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say that, he's a track star. He runs lower 4.3s at top speed. But when I look at his game, man, I feel like I'm looking at Isaiah Oliver all over again.
Mm-hmm.
In space, he's probably one of the most, unique corners in this draft. But when the ball get behind him and go over his head, he get lost. So playing in the slot or playing safety would probably be his best fit at the next level. He's a big dude. He's about 6'2". He's about 210, 215. So he has the size. But as I look at it, man, I think he would be probably a better safety at the next level. And
agreed.
The way run their defense, the way I think they're going to run their defense, I think he would fit as a safety.
As a safety?
Quarterback, I would say no. But if you're going to go to that direction, you might as well look at going Brian Branch out of Alabama, like I said earlier. So just something to think about.
Yeah, you know what's up? Something else to think about too. Smitty, do the Falcons go ahead and double dip into the offensive market? We're gonna be privy to all the wide receivers that are out there. We're talking Cedric Tillmans, Jalen Hyatt, Jonathan Mingos, Josh Downs. Man, who else? Trey Parker. I believe his name is Trey Parker.
Trey Parker.
Yeah. No, that's Trey Palmer. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Xavier Hutchinson. There's about maybe 6 or 7 prospects at the wide receiver position that the Falcons could, turn their attention to or focus to now. And do you suspect anybody going, the Falcons going that route also, or is that more day 3 for you?
To be honest, I think that would be more day 3. And the reason why I say that is because all the names you named, somebody's going to be available. And we may have a run on wide receiver, who knows. But if you double dip on offense, like you said earlier, I think I would rather go offensive line and
offensive line.
Hold the left guard if you're going to do that in the second round. Osiris Torrance, who I thought
still there,
was a first-round talent, still on the board. You look at Steve Avila from TCU, a versatile guard center. He's still on the board. And one name that I love, and I'm going to tell y'all, John Michael Smith He
Yep, the
reminds me
center.
of Alex Mack. He's a great
Yeah.
anchor for the offensive line.
Yep.
And
Your boy Joe
I just,
Tippmann.
yeah, and Joe Tippmann, 6'6", 320. Big dude, Mauler,
Mm,
Wisconsin. He's another one. So if they double dip on offense, I would love to see offensive line.
yeah.
Uh, because you just drafted a top running back, you're gonna have to open up them holes with that offensive line. So
Yeah.
get Jake Matthews some help, just like you got Lindstrom and Caleb McGarry on the right side.
Yeah. Yeah. Real quick, shout out MW, the franchise player, man. Thank you so much, man. What's good, fellas? Rise up all the way from Germany. Woo, thank you for tuning in, man. I hope we take Brian Branch in the second and Mingo in the third. I would not be mad at that not one bit if that's the route the Falcons do end up taking. Offense, defense, offense again. We all know we got two number fours. We can go. We can double dip in the defensive market at in round 4, and shore up the defense a little bit more. But this route right here is also good too, man. Brian Branch and
Yeah, I
Jonathan
agree with
Mingo.
that.
Yeah.
MW franchise player, man. Thank you for tuning in for Germany, man. We appreciate it. But
Yes, sir.
those two players are extraordinary. I would love to see both of those guys in a Falcons uniform.
Man. Quick other shout out, man. Shout out the boys out of your Falcon mind, my dudes. Happy day
Great show
2,
last
man.
night, man. Great show.
Man, great show, fellas, man. You guys had an all-star panel over there, man. Shout out to everybody, New Millennium Podcast as well, man. Drop them a quick shout out, a like, a sub, man. Get them boys up. Same for Audio Falcon Mind, man. I think they're almost close up to 500 subs, man. If not,
Yeah. 495, man. Y'all
495. Get them up there. Get them up there, man.
And to make it easy, y'all just go in the description of this video, and y'all will see their link. So y'all can just press it, and that'll help their number grow faster. So
Right.
please, if y'all watching it, this y'all first time, go to the description of this video, and y'all will see the link.
I love this question.
Channel.
I love this question. Tony Holloway.
If you, the Falcons, do you make the call to get Sweat or Chase Young?
Love it. I think they'll be more inclined to let Chase go than Sweat. Sweat has shown you more, obviously, because he's played more chases, more consistent. Chase Young has been hurt, unfortunately. But you get a motivated Chase Young who's fifth year decline. Holy crap, man! What can he turn this defensive line into, man? With just adding him. Oh man, sky's the limit. But yeah, to answer the question, I call and ask for Chase Young services if they're willing to accept a second or even the third.
From reports, I'm looking at 2 second-round picks. But the good thing with that, what if they wait till next year to give them a second-round pick and a second-round pick a year after that? And then they don't have to touch the picks this year. See, a lot of teams are doing that now.
Yeah.
But 2 second-round picks for a guy that has not been all that healthy, I think that's just the starting point. I think, with our number 44 pick and probably pick 10 or pick 113, I think you can pull off a trade for it,
You imagine that if we just let draft capital go next year and still keep ours this year. That, oh my God. You talk about Philly winning the draft. If we hit home runs with those picks, shoring up the O-line and picking up some more defensive pieces, Falcons could be in that conversation for winning day 2 of the NFL draft, man.
Yeah, because, man, think about it. A prototypical guy like Chase Young, size 6'5", 265, 270, just an athletic freak. Now, I know people have injuries, and I know he's been injured, missed 20 games the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But what if he can gain that rookie season confidence?
He could.
You got him for a second and a 4th-round pick.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about doing it, man. And with that 3rd-round pick, we wouldn't lose no picks because guess what? We can trade that pick back, get more picks. So you can always get one of those picks back in this draft somewhere.
Yeah,
so, I think I'd do it, man. I would definitely think about it. But like you said, I don't think with Montez Sweat, I think it's likely he stays. But I mentioned Chase Young, people lost their mind, but I just saw it, man, because what they say about the best availability. So he's not been that. And I would definitely think about doing that, man.
100%, man. 100%.
Anthony White, appreciate you tuning in last night, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Next
Let's
year, we got a
see.
lot to spend again next year. You got it. Okay. Got a
Got a
feeling
feeling
we
we
are.
pick an interior offensive lineman round 2. I would not be mad at that.
Nope.
Like I said earlier, or Cyrus Torrance,
Yep.
Steve Avila,
Yep.
Michael Smith would be on the top of my board if
Hmm.
we went interior. We talk
I
about
think.
guard and Torrance, Steve Avila, and Michael Smith can both play center, and
Yep.
Steve Avila can also play guard. So
Tipman can too. Tipman play a little
Pittman
bit of
can too.
guard.
Correct.
Yeah, so you got versatility with those three guys. I think Smith he's more of okay, no, he's the center. I think that where you get
Yes,
your
only.
where you get your versatility is with Avila and Tipman, and either one of those two guys would be amazing. I'd probably go the Tipman route because he just plays more aggressive. He's very aggressive. So
Better size too.
better size too, yeah.
320. You can't
Yep.
teach that.
Yeah, and Wisconsin, they're just known for fucking linemen, man. That's another thing too.
Agreed. Anthony said, I think you can get Chase for a fourth. He's damaged goods right now, and I don't see Fontenot giving them 2 seconds for a guy who has had injury history. I agree with that to a certain extent, but the reason why I said a second and a fourth is because of where he was drafted. And if he comes back, like I said, from his rookie campaign, I think you getting a superb player better than probably any edge rusher that's left on the draft board. So you got to look at it in that aspect. If you're trading for someone, you got to match them up against what's left on the draft board. And I think the top edge rushers are gone. I think the last one was Nolan Smith. And there's no knock to anybody else in the draft, but you look at a guy that's a veteran and he's probably better than what's left on the board. You just got to take that into consideration.
Yeah. Very solid, man.
But
what else we got?
Right quick, man. We talked about a little earlier, man. Falcons possibly trading up. And what if they shock the world and look at a quarterback?
Oh, man, you going to do that?
I'm going to do that.
Goddamn.
Think about it.
Go ahead.
They said long-term plan. We've talked about it. We see it with Bijan. He's the long-term plan at running back. Desmond Ritter, 3 seasons left. We don't really know what's going to happen with him beyond this season. Tyler Haneke, 2-year contract, really a 1-1. So do they really have a long-term plan at quarterback? I don't think so.
No.
If they went quarterback and if they moved up and went quarterback, would not be surprised at all.
Yeah. Is Hendon Hooker your guy? If that's the case, or are you looking at Will Levis, who's free falling in this draft process?
I would have to say Hendon Hooker because, for one, he's a little bit more seasoned. He's 25 years old, so he's been around a little bit longer, and he's played more football. And as I saw his season last year before tearing his ACL, other than that Georgia game, I love what I saw. So I would definitely look at Hendon Hooker over Will Levis.
We got an all caps over here. Atlanta Falcons fan, what's going on, man? Ain't no QB left better than Ritter this season.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just throwing out ideas. I ain't bashing Ritter. I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm just going by what they giving us, the feed off of.
Right.
So I'm rolling with Ritter. I can deal with it because I'm happy they putting weapons around him.
Yeah.
So really, he don't have a choice but to succeed. But as I told y'all last night, all success is going to depend on Arthur Smith's play calling, Arthur Smith's situational play calling.
Yeah.
And finally getting David gone to help with the offense instead of holding the clipboard.
Got to, man. That's one thing, man. They cannot fumble the Bijan Robinson pick. Last year, Kyle Pitts was, just mishandled. He wasn't used the right way. Kyle Pitts as an inline blocker was like, what the hell is going on here? That's not his thing. You got to go back to the rookie year where they were moving him around all over the place, lined up on the outside, in the slot, at his natural position, tight end. You kind of got to do this with Bijan now. I've seen reports where Bijan can come in and play the Debo Samuel role. That would be fucking amazing if he could do that, and he has the athleticism to do so. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, to the 8th pick, just you better use it right. You better use it right. That's the one concern that I have is how creative can Arthur Smith and company get by and utilizing now another weapon on this offense. You got Drake London, you got Kyle Pitts. Now you add Bijan Robinson. What are you going to do with that? We should be
And
scoring
also,
points at will next year.
agreed. And also, I'm gonna throw Jonathan Smith in there
Oh
because when
yeah,
he was
no
in
slouch in his own
Tennessee,
right.
he was no slouch. He's
Right.
athletic.
Yep.
He's probably one of the best red zone targets.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
I think it's a match made in heaven, man.
Yeah, man. Yep. I love it.
Isaiah Foskey would be a
Foskey.
nice addition. Definitely agree. But
Yeah.
after a day Ogadeji, I'm
I don't
kind
think
of
they go to
twisted.
Notre Dame no more.
Nah,
No. No. I don't know. It's just he's hard to evaluate, man. Isaiah Foskey, man. He really is,
what
man.
player I thought was a reach last night?
Darnell Wright.
My biggest reach, I'm gonna say Will McDonough for the Jets.
Mm.
I think they could have got Nolan Smith in that spot, or someone we just called like a Keon White. If you're gonna reach with size. And it surprised me because I thought they were gonna go offensive line because they definitely need someone to block for Aaron Rodgers. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Oh
Who you
man.
thought was a reach last night? Right.
I think Darnell was at 10 for the Bears. Will McDonald, another guy, also. I think those were two reaches there. So yeah. But other than that, I guess everybody went where they were supposed to. Emmanuel Forbes was another guy by Washington. He's a second round touted guy. He went in the first.
Yeah.
But
one that surprised me, like I said earlier, was probably Brian Branch. I just knew he was going to at least go in the 20s. But he's still on the board, and hey, we'll see what happens with him. But one before we get out of here, man, Joey Porter Jr. Alberto called it. Alberto said, "I see him slipping to the second round." And as I talked about him, man, he's another one of those guys like Keelan Ringo. I could see being moved to safety because he has cornerback skills. But sometimes your cornerback skill sets, if you transfer to the safety position, it makes you a better player. And I think him and Ringo, I could see them doing that. Now with Brian Branch, he's just a different monster. He just has the instincts to play cornerback or safety. So he's just in another league. But Joey Porter Jr. and Keelan Ringo are two of those guys. I think I could see them move back. No Budget Charlie says latest rumor CP84 could be cut. Post June 1st, saving the team $4.25 million. Would not be surprised. I mentioned that last night.
Yep, I mentioned that also. He's made expendable now. You could, and it's a business. We could take Avery Williams and utilize him in the role that we would CP. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. You probably won't get the same production out of Avery as you will with CP. But with this being a businessman, the Falcons will find a way to put Avery in the best situation to succeed, man. So it wouldn't shock me not one bit.
And right quick to add on to that, I could see the Falcons double dipping that running back. Reason why I say
you called that, yeah.
The reason why I say it, you look at what Terry Fontenot did in New Orleans with Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara. You look at Arthur Smith having Derrick Henry in Tennessee. They always had running back by committee. And with the running backs that are on our roster right now, other than CP, who else, you're going to have to pair with Robinson. So I could see them, double dipping. And I know y'all love CP as a fan favorite, but sometimes, man, you just can't fall in love with the player. You got to do what's best for the team. If they can get a Tajay Spears and say like the fourth round with one of those 110, 113 pick, gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Damn. That's crazy, man. Smitty, let's throw two players that you think are gonna go in 2 and 3 tonight, man. Who do you think the Falcons are taking in round 2? Who do you think they're taking in round 3 before we get out of here?
If they trade up, I'm going Brian Branch. Stay at 44. If he's there, I'm going to go Trenton Simpson, linebacker, because we still need, help at that position. Third round, Keon White, third round. Keon White.
Third round, Keon White. Okay. If we stay pat at 44, I'm just gonna keep it at that. Adetomiwa Adibara would be my guy, and in the third round, gotta solidify that left guard position, man. Got to. So if Andrew Voorhees is there from USC, take him. I liked also Tyler Steen out of Alabama. He plays tackle, but he's better suited as a guard. That's another name to look out for. So I'm gonna go with that. Cam Smith, he's a dog.
Cam Smith is another good one. They interviewed him a couple of times. So don't be surprised if he's at the top of the draft board in the second round as well. We still need help at that cornerback position. We passed on Gonzalez. Alberto got pissed. Joy Porter's still on the board, but to be honest, I like Cam Smith more than I do Joy Porter. His former teammate Darius Rush is another cornerback you can look at on day 3. So it's just so many ways the Falcons can go. But we had to come through, talk to y'all right quick to make sure, y'all got our perspective on day 2. We'll be busy tonight, and thank y'all. Maybe at Sports, what's up, my dude? New England Patriots fan. Always tuning in with the Sports Machine. Appreciate you, my brother.
Oh, he's up in. I'm up in this area. What's good, man?
You up there with Alberto?
But, oh Lord, you guys stole my guy. Damn it! Oh man!
But you going to buy the misses the Gonzalez jersey. Hey, it might make up for it.
Maybe, hopefully, man.
Hey, Kevin, I said Simpson was still on the board. I would love that pick, man.
Facts, man.
Great linebacker, and we need help at the middle spot. But again, man, thank y'all for tuning in last night, man. Making that show, that's most viewed show that we've done so far, by far. Crazy views, great feedback, and thank y'all for donating, man. Y'all made it worthwhile. But
appreciate y'all, man.
As always, man, we're going to rock on, man, and we hope y'all enjoy day 2 of the draft because we're going to try to find a way to get time to watch it, and we'll see how it goes, man. But, again, as always, go to the description. Everybody that follows us, supports us, their link is in our description. Please go check out their channel as well. And my boy, Big Low Kuntry, will be on about 6:30 tonight. Round 2 of the draft. Please go support him. He's going to keep y'all in tune because that's what he do, man. That's what he do.
Yes, sir.
But Alberto's going to take us out, man, before we get out of here.
Yes, sir. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you for popping up on us like we popped up on y'all, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Again, like Smitty just said, man, I can't echo it enough. Thank you for tuning in last night. It was a blast. We had a great time. And thanks to y'all with all the positive feedback that we got. I'm sure that we'll be back at it sometime next week. Ignore my comments.
Hey, I ain't ignore you, man. No, I said you I talked about both wrong.
Oh man, Ghost is the man. Ghost, you got to jump on the stream one time, man. One day, man. For sure, man. But yes, sir. Everybody, appreciate y'all taking the time to rock with us at the time that we just popped up on 4 o'clock. We'll catch you on the flip side, man. Peace.